Hi, and welcome to First Editing. I'm Joellen, and today we'll be talking about how to write a research outline. First things first, though, why should you write a research outline in the first place? Well, the primary reason is that a good outline helps organize your thoughts and keep the structure of your academic paper clear. So it also increases efficiency and it reduces your workload because having something to refer to as you're writing, it keeps your process organized and so very important. So not to mention that outlining your arguments and sources, it helps you identify any gaps in your research before you set out to write, and it decreases the overall time you will spend on your paper. So how can you write an outline that provides a stable basis for your paper? Today, we'll look at 5 tips, and you're going to keep these in mind as we go through. And our very first tip is to work from general to specific. This is a great way to identify any missing information in your research because you're revising a broad and comprehensive topic before delving into the details. So once it's time to get specific, you do your best to hone your focus and gradually zero in on the nitty-gritty of a specific area within the larger framework. This way, you ensure your research is well structured, focused, and clear, which makes it easy for your readers, which are all of your peers out there, to understand and engage with your ideas. Our second tip is to break the information you've gathered into subpoints. Subpoints are an amazing tool that can enhance clarity, focus, and understanding because it helps divide your research into manageable chunks. And the perk here is that once you have your subpoints, you get to elaborate on each and every one as necessary. And this is going to help you avoid going on tangents. It also helps highlight the relationships between the different ideas, which in turn enhances your understanding of the overall topic. Plus, writing your paper becomes much easier when you already have all of your sections planned out. So tip number 3, be aware of the weight you assign to each point. There should be a balance between all of your points and your subpoints. So, for example, you have a well-researched introduction and it's good and well, but if your methodology or literature review are lacking, the outline isn't as thorough as it could be. So taking the weight of each point into account, it's going to lead to a well-rounded and comprehensive research paper, which makes it easy for your readers to grasp your main ideas and the arguments you're presenting. So let's talk about something a little less complicated now, grammar. Now, consistent grammatical form is crucial if you want both your outline and your paper to convey the professionalism, clarity, and quality that you desire. It also makes revision easier, so make sure you check your grammar as you're outlining. And of course, last and probably most important point is to adhere to a structure that organizes your paper methodically. Some academic papers differ from others, but most stick to a very firm structure, and that should constitute the spine of your outline. So the first key point is, of course, an introduction. Your introduction should ideally cover the background on the topic of your choice and the purpose of the research and which research questions you are asking and answering within this. So when we move on to the literature review, which is essentially an overview of existing research, including the key findings, the theories, and most importantly, the gaps in those, your research can fill in some of those gaps and make a contribution to already established findings. This is what you want to do. And the third section is the methodology. This is going to cover your research design, your data collection methods, and the data analysis technique. Methodology can differ based on your subject. For instance, science-related fields, you usually assign it more importance than subjects like, let's say, literature. So if you're not sure how your methodology should look, it is great to check out the other papers published in the field or reach out to your supervisor to get the specifics. In fact, you need to have that when you come. Of course, the most significant part of your research paper are the results. This section summarizes all of your findings and it's going to compare them with the previous research out there. So then you have the discussion, and this is where you interpret the results. You're going to suggest how they can contribute to the field and say where further research is needed. And don't forget to include the limitations of the study as well. This is super important because it clarifies your result and helps avoid any misunderstandings out there. So finally, every academic paper should have a conclusion, and this is where you repeat your research questions, you summarize your main findings, and you're going to offer some final recommendations or thoughts on what you have provided there. And that's our research outline done. Our final bonus tips are to use clear headings and subheadings. You're going to reference your sources correctly, follow the style guide, and prioritize your key points. This is going to help you appear professional, and you'll also be able to maintain a compelling narrative throughout the paper. So I hope you enjoyed this, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.